Hey, what's up, good people? I'm QC. Welcome to an all-new edition of Talking and Grubbing. Tuesday night, LeBron James's talk show, The Shop, premiered on HBO. It was a panel that featured himself, his business partner, Maverick Carter, WNBA superstar Candace Parker, NBA superstar Draymond Green, NFL superstar Odell Beckham Jr., rapper Snoop Dogg, and comic and former talk show host Jon Stewart. Here's a couple of clips from the show.
Ron, this is your, obviously, third time changing teams. Is that a reinvigorating thing?
I told you last summer what really got me back going is what helps is my kids playing.
That's interesting.
Watching my boys play ball, like last year was the first, like, I really had some time to go watch them play in the summer. Like, really sat down, went to like 4 or 5 tournaments, and I'm sitting there, and I'm watching the game, and I feel my hands just start sweating. I feel like my chest starts sweating. And I'm like, these is 13 or 10-year-olds out here hooping. Why are you feeling like this? Then it went from like just sitting there, and then it went from like to this, like, let's go. And then it went from me sitting on the bench to me getting in an argument. I got in an argument.
You turned into the
I
crazy
got in nigga.
You turned into the crazy
First of all, I didn't get into an argument with an AAU dad. I got in an argument with an AAU mom.
What? What? A mother?
With a mother.
Lord have mercy.
And you want to know the first person I apologized to? Was my mom that was sitting right here. And the reason I apologized to my mom, because I used to get on my mom so much.
Oh, yes,
when I was a kid and she used to go crazy at my AAU game, I used to be like, Mom, chill out, Mom, I don't want this. And I went crazy about my kids. And I was like,
You felt her pain.
I was like, Mom,
You did the
I'm
same
sorry.
thing. The cycle.
I'm sorry.
What do you say to your kid, though, like living up to you being their dad, and they're playing the same sport that you played better than anyone else in the world has ever played it? How do you give them a peace of mind that they don't have to be you?
I still regret giving my 14-year-old my name because of that.
Right.
Like, when I was younger, obviously, didn't have a dad. So my whole thing was like, whenever I have a kid, not only is he going to be a junior, I'm going to do everything that this man didn't do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to experience things that I didn't experience. The only thing I can do is give them the blueprint, and it's up to them to take their own course whenever that time happens. In the barbershop, there's going to be one guy that's not even going to get a haircut. You've been here since 8 a.m. It's 6 o'clock in the afternoon. You still ain't got your haircut? And he's sitting on the couch, and he's like, you next? No, I'm good. I hear my daughter sometimes say, I can't. Yes, you can. Don't ever say you can't do something.
To hear you say that to your daughter, that means a lot to me.
Black people are more respected outside of America than they are in America.
That's interesting.
Oh, that's a fact.
That's a fact.
Now kids can look up and be like, what LeBron said.
No matter how much influence you think you got in America, when you're African American, it doesn't matter.
Humankind is tribal in nature. What would unite us as people? If fucking aliens came.
Now, with every new show that hits the airwaves, it has its fans and it has its detractors. Jason Whitlock was one of the biggest detractors of the show. Check out what he had to say on Fox Sports 1's Speak for Yourself Wednesday, and I'll be back with my take.
LeBron James made a complete, utter fool of himself last night with his new HBO TV show, The Shop. A year ago, while guest hosting The Herd, I upset LeBron fans by analogizing the basketball star to Donald Trump. I explained how athletic privilege works just the same as wealth privilege. Last night, during the debut of The Shop, LeBron proved me prophetic with a profane, primitive, and privileged look inside his fantasy shop, which is best described as the black billionaire barbershop. LeBron's shop is what Donald Trump must imagine a black barbershop is like. Everyone is cursing and dropping the N-word, and there's a token white liberal soaking it all in feeling like the coolest person in the room because black people are comfortable being ignorant in front of him. Twitter absolutely loves seeing LeBron this ratchet and ghetto. But I can't just blame Twitter. Timothy Bella of the Washington Post wrote a fawning review of LeBron, Maverick Carter, Jon Stewart and company, channeling their inner Donald Trump. Here's what Twitter, the Washington Post, and even LeBron James all miss. The Shop is fake news. My dad owned a barber shop in an all-black community in Indianapolis. It was called the Knot Hole. When my dad went into the bar business, he took us to Leon's barber shop in the all-black community right down the street from his bar. When I moved to Kansas City, I got my hair cut weekly at the Artisan Barber Shop in an all-black neighborhood. When I moved here to Los Angeles, I used to get my hair cut at an all-black shop called Legends. In all my years of frequenting black barbershops, I've never seen black men sipping goblets of red wine. Lord is my witness, they were holding goblets filled with Cabernet. But that wasn't even the worst thing. I've never seen a token white dude, especially one who didn't grow up in the neighborhood, dominating and driving the conversation inside a black barbershop. Jon Stewart from The Old Daily Show was the star of this show. Was Trevor Noah unavailable? Arsenio? What black barbershop has no disagreement? LeBron retold his Brentwood spray paint story, and no one offered a hint of cynicism. Hey, man, how come you ain't moved? That's what would have happened in my barbershop. Look, I'm as verbally raw as they come, depending on the setting. But I've never experienced that level of profanity and ignorance inside a barbershop. There's always an old head who shuts it all down. 75 times someone cursed. 11 times someone dropped the N-word. Well, what barbershop is this? LeBron's shop was a collection of elite black millionaires who are so far removed from reality that they think the black barbershop is a minstrel show with a white choreographer. In the middle of this minstrel show, Jon Stewart had the audacity to compare LeBron James to Muhammad Ali. Are you kidding me? Ali stood on religious principle. LeBron James is standing on Twitter. I had very high aspirations for LeBron James, but he has been completely turned out by fame and pop culture. He's 34 years old and allegedly wants to be a social activist, an educator, and a role model. This is how you portray yourself? You start a TV show and you instantly become Black Trump? LeBron, you're lost, you're confused, you're hypocritical, you're fired.
Now I'm dropping this disclaimer. I didn't watch The Shop Tuesday night because I was busy working and editing on other videos. I'm going to watch it on demand. When I do, I'll post my review. Anyways, on to Jason Whitlock. He was just a straight up rude, condescending, dismissive asshole. Not just towards LeBron, but the show in general. He talked about how his quote-unquote profanity-laced rant is going to diminish his brand. First of all, what athlete does not curse? You can hardly find one. You know, they curse whether they're on the court or off the court. They curse whether they're on the field or off the field. Tom Brady curses all the time on the sidelines, but a lot of you dismiss it, you know, as him being passionate. Excuse me. And also, this show is an extension of his platform, Uninterrupted, which you can see on the Bleacher Report. Now, he also talked about how this show wasn't a representation of the black barbershop or the barbershop that his father ran back in the day when he was a kid. Jason, when did the black barbershop become such a monolithic experience? Not every black barbershop across the country is ran the same. They're all ran differently. There are some barbershops that, you know, where you might see the barbers drinking wine or some alcoholic beverage. You know, every barbershop is not going to be ran like your father's barbershop. You said, I never seen this in any barbershop, you know, that you've been to since you moved to LA. Which barbershop do you go to? Supercuts? Best Cuts? Because, you know, most of the barbershops I've been to most of my life had a lot of talking. And yeah, you had some quiet barbershops. But as I said, the black barbershop is not a monolithic experience. Excuse me. You know, any black barbershop is not any different from any other barbershop. So that's that. And also, it's a damn set for a talk show. It's not meant to be a real barbershop. I mean, most talk shows you saw back in the day look like most people's living rooms and dens. But I didn't hear nobody complain about how, it didn't look realistic. So, also Jason Whitlock is definitely jealous. He's jealous of a lot of black athletes, especially LeBron. He's jealous that LeBron's making more money than him. Matter of fact, he's jealous of all of them that appeared on that show because they make more money than him combined. And he also tried to call the show a minstrel show. How the hell is a minstrel show when you're talking about issues? Now, you may not like the language that is used, but guess what? They are talking about some issues on their experience. People might look at them and say, well, they're rich. They shouldn't be complaining about issues. Guess what? A lot of those athletes were not rich all their lives. They know what it's like to come from nothing and make something out of yourself. And despite the fact that they made something out of themselves, people still dismiss them as being idiots and they don't know anything. Excuse me. And also, Jason Whitlock, you should be the last person to say minstrel show after the BS you pulled last year where you was going to air a skit on Speak For Yourself where you had Kid from Kid and Play dressed as Colin Kaepernick. And luckily, we, the black community, got on your behind as well as Fox Sports 1 behind, and that skit never saw the light of day. So Jason Whitlock, you need to have several seats if you don't break any of them. Anyways, that's my take. What's yours? Leave it in the comment section below. Till next time, y'all have a good one. Love y'all to life. Deuces. Hey, what's up, good people? It's QC once again. Now that you saw the video, please subscribe to the channel. When you do, click on the bell icon so you can be down with the notification squad. Why miss all new videos from me and be mad? Let your family and friends miss those videos and they'll be mad. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram, like me on Facebook. Thank you for watching. Till next time, y'all have a good one. Love y'all to life. Deuces.